All right, we good to go? Sweet.
Please don't include any of that.
The show's been doing.
Pause me ripping.
I forgot that podcast rankings were a thing, and I just randomly looked. It's like 28th.
Oh, really? Because I tried looking the other day, and we were like 160 because it was like really early in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to check. The YouTube? Yeah.
Holy shit. From this year? Or
Yeah, it's all getting like, it's like 35K an episode pretty much, if not more.
fucking hell, let's keep going. Why the hell not? We found something. Clips are working. Arguments are working. The argue lords.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it's February 26th. It's 2:30 p.m.
Francis came in this morning, and he was like, "Do I have 5 minutes to throw up?"
Yeah.
He was like, and it's perfect for like the stories that he does, because he was just like, I made short rib for dinner a couple nights ago, and this morning I ate the rest of my short rib and then drank all the juices from the bottom of my short rib. And then by the time he got to work, he was pulling trigger, making himself throw up.
I threw up. I really did. This isn't like I almost threw up. I dry heaved. I had 4 upheavals.
Tommy said that he heard it. So Francis was in the private bathroom, and Tommy said he heard it in the other bathroom, which means it was going through the ducts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I knew I took an Uber in this morning. I'm going to the airport later, and that's why I had to eat this. I cooked short rib on Sunday. Actually, I cooked it on Saturday over 5 hours, and then short rib is a really low and slow kind of braised, whatever. And really took my time with it, and then I let it sit overnight so that I could scoop the layer of fat off, which condenses the gravy and makes it even more flavorful, and then reheated it the next day and had some. If you've never had short rib before, it's kind of like a once in a blue moon dish.
So it's the heaviest food that you can have.
It's tough to eat. I really have a hard time eating it. I guess I have a sensitive stomach, especially to like really rich, fatty red meat. So
Yeah, because you puked in the bathroom after you ate steak on that flight.
yeah, I did. In Chicago after eating the steak. Yeah.
Maybe you're allergic to red meat.
Well, that was a lot of booze too, and that was just like a huge meal.
Yeah, but I don't most people don't just projectile vomit after a big meal.
But I induce it because I know I feel awful, and I'll feel better.
He said his
So you're
hands in his
bulimic.
mouth for a long time.
That's like borderline.
It's highly functioning bulimia.
Yeah.
Like in the way.
So you didn't have to throw up. You were just like, I'll feel better if I throw up.
Yeah.
I felt
nuts.
so bad that I wouldn't have felt better unless I threw up. And I have a flight today, a long flight. Like I'm not facing that.
But I mean, it does
queasy.
seem like a disorder. It seems like it's very under control.
Yeah,
It's ordered throwing up.
I mean, that's fucking crazy.
It's a skill. I think it's a skill.
Why not just pop a Tums? You feel better in 3 minutes.
Tums helps with heartburn and stuff.
Tums helps with everything.
Pepto-Bismol helps with everything.
Pepto helps with
Nausea,
everything.
heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
If you take an Imodium and a Tums, you're good.
Imodium stops you from having diarrhea, but I don't
it helps
have
with
diarrhea.
nausea too.
Well, I don't want to stop myself up.
Oh, I do.
I want to get it out.
I try to stop it all the time.
Francis was pulling full chunks of short rib out of his throat like a dog who swallowed a tennis ball.
Yeah. It was like I was clearing a drain of
Ew.
cat hair.
Gross.
He just stuck a drain snake down his throat.
I'm curious about the mentality because this is the way I think. And I cooked all this short rib. I cooked 5 pounds of short rib. That was what the recipe called for. And I cooked it for me and a friend. And we ate 1/8 of it on the first night.
5 lbs is a lot.
And then I brought home the rest. I had 5 more ribs, full ribs, gigantic ribs, just sitting in this pool of mirepoix and gravy. Just thyme, sprigs, garlic, And I'm trying to tell this story fast, but I'm a little delirious right now from throwing up. I
You threw up like 4 hours ago.
I know, but it shook me. It shook me to my core.
He was covered in sweat when he came out.
My eyes were bloodshot.
I'm sure.
Yeah, his
I
eyes
looked
were
like
watering.
I'd lost someone.
If I threw up, I would have just gone home.
We know.
But I also don't throw up.
If you were on the verge of throwing up, you never would have left home.
Yes. But that's like, I think that's not like weird.
Well, again,
That's
this
pretty
isn't
standard.
This isn't flu. It's not illness. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
I
Car
made a
sickness.
mistake. I made a
Yeah.
mistake. So that's the other thing. So I eat the short rib because I know I'm leaving today, and if I don't eat the short rib, I'm gonna have to throw it out. I hate wasting food. I spent so much time cooking this fucking thing that I said to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna eat it for breakfast. I'm gonna eat short rib at 8 a.m. That is not a food you should start your day with. It's probably toxic that early in the morning until you've had something else to coat your stomach with.
On an empty stomach, short rib on an empty stomach is how the Boston Bomber did his thing.
You would never be able to do the carnivore diet.
I had a double iced oat milk latte with short rib
Yeah, that's
for
not good.
breakfast. Coffee and short rib in red wine gravy.
Yeah.
And
you
I-
should have had like a couple cracker. Even if you had like 2 saltines before you had the
Dude,
short rib.
It
there's
would have
so
neutralized
much-
everything.
There's so much fat in short ribs. It's crazy. So I eat it. Immediately, I don't feel good. But I think maybe if I balance it out by drinking some of the gravy. So I tip the
Oh,
bowl and I drink the gravy to try to wash it through. That didn't help.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
not
now
surprised.
The gravy is infused with the fat.
Yeah.
There's plenty of fat in the gravy.
It's
So I'm just-
rendered.
I'm dumping on top of the clog,
Yeah.
basically. And I have to take an Uber because I have bags going to the airport. And the guy was just one of those guys. You know?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
One of the guys who, when we get to a traffic stop, he wants
to get as close to the car in front of him as
exactly.
possible.
He's doing that thing where it's like, if you know, they say that you can take half of something infinitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a paradox.
Yeah.
You'll never get to
Except
the.
for an atom.
He was taking half the distance to the next. He's taking half the distance to the next car and then half that by taking his foot off the pedal and just, I don't even know if he knew he was doing it. Here's how bad it was. I said something.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't like that. He probably ramped it up a next
I
level.
blamed it on myself.
You said I'm a bit sick right now,
I said, I'm so sorry. I have a very sensitive stomach
and he handed you the Google Translate.
and I'm not feeling that well. He spoke pretty good English. And I said, I'm not feeling that well. Is there any chance that you could be a little, mindful of the accelerator gas sort of staccato drum beat that you're playing with your kick drum? You're playing kick drum with the gas pedal. It was just
Little
on the brake.
jazzy break.
And then he goes, oh yeah, no problem. And then we get to the next light and he goes, it's these new cars. They start moving when you take your foot off the gas. And I was like, I think that's been the way for a long time.
20 years at least.
That's not new.
Yeah.
He was it was as if he was like, that's why it's annoying, right?
Yeah.
You take your foot off the brake.
When you take your foot off the brake, the car starts moving forward. He was like, can you believe it?
That's like that's like physics.
It's cars.
That's the wheel.
It's the
It's what the wheel
automobile.
does. It's what the wheel does.
It's the automobile.
That might have been his first time driving.
Bro, so he said that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's crazy, right?" I had to let him have it. I was just save face, but he's like, "But yeah, I always have to remember to like really keep my foot on the brake." So eventually, I got here, and then by that time, I was completely car sick.
Did you ever think about getting out?
I had bags.
How many bags?
I had a roller.
golf
I had,
and ski.
I had a ski bag of boots, and then I had a fucking backpack.
Is your ski bag of boots one of those big ass backpacks? Those are sick.
Yeah,
I
so
got
I
one
had
of those
that.
too.
So I
I also have one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
For my full tilt boots.
Wait, you said it was sick because you have one?
Yeah. I remember being like, I really wanted one when I was younger, and I got one for Christmas. I was pumped.
yeah,
And it's stayed cool?
It's still sick.
it is cool.
Yeah.
Because the boots go on the
The
side.
boots go on the side.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
The traditional bag. Usually, I didn't even have a bag before that.
You stuff
I
your
would just-
ski
I would-
socks
I
into
would-
the boots, save space.
No, I would wear my ski socks, and then I would
How many
Velcro-
pairs?
What do you mean?
You only bring one pair of ski socks for a ski trip?
Oh no, for like a day.
Oh, you're doing day trips. I'm surprised you're bringing a boot bag on a
What
day
everywhere
trip.
that you go skiing is it like ski in, ski out?
This is ski.
Do
ski
you
in,
know what
ski
that
out.
means?
Yeah, like when you're staying on the mountain.
Right, but
Like you still have to.
I'm
You still have
going
to, like,
out.
drive. Like I would have to like drive to the mountain.
I grew up doing that, and then you'd go home. So I see what you mean. You're absolutely right. Wear your ski socks, all that.
Yeah.
But I'm doing like weekend trips, so I need multiple pairs of ski socks and a lot of
Yeah,
underwear
yeah.
and
But
stuff.
I just put those in like like you'd put that in the roller.
I see.
It
Well,
is ski in, ski out though.
It is.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Mhm.
I've only ever done that once.
You have to try. It's the only best way to see the mountain.
It's just great. You just step right onto the trail.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's not as cool as they make. Like you think that you're stepping onto the
Dude.
trail and you're on the top of the mountain.
To me, it's the equivalent if you were to buy a ski home
Yeah.
and you had ski in, ski out versus it's just a 10-minute drive,
Yeah.
is like buying a beach house where you are on the fucking beach and have a view of the ocean
Yeah.
versus 7 houses back.
Yeah.
And it's like an 8-minute walk to the beach. That's
Yeah.
the equivalent.
Well, no, it definitely is the equivalent. But like, I don't think like where I grew up skiing, they did like ski in, ski out wasn't even an option because the mountain wasn't big enough.
Yeah. Dude, I grew up skiing at Shawnee Peak.
Yeah.
You know,
There's not that many. Like I think like maybe Sunday River probably has ski in, ski out.
Shawnee Peak, we didn't even have fucking avalanche control. It was just meth labs exploding mid-mountain that would send chutes clear.
What do we think about doing a ski competition? Flips, grinds, rails.
No. No, I don't want to do that.
All right.
What
fair
about
enough.
just packing a ski bag efficiently?
That would be fun. I could do that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
best bagpacker?
I just want to finish this. So I get out and then I come in and I'm like, I won't be able to get on with my day unless I throw up. That's how nauseous I am. So I go in the bathroom and induce my vomiting.
Violently.
I think I would have like a panic attack if I had to throw up here. I don't know what I would do. When I throw up, it takes me a good 30 minutes to actually like work up the courage to do it.
I've gotten through that. At this point in my life, I just know I have to do this. Bear down.
Yeah.
Suck it up. You will feel better.
You feel so much better so fast once
Yeah.
you get the demon out of your body.
I will say it's definitely you feel better more quickly if you need to do it from drinking.
Yeah.
Sober throwing up is awful.
Dude, throwing up when you're drunk is just like it's like spitting.
It's like peeing.
Yeah,
It's like getting a sneeze out.
Yeah,
'Cause you're getting
you don't
liquid
even
out.
Think about
I'll
Throwing
catch
up
up,
solid.
guys. Gotta bleed the old stomach.
it. Dude, the amount of bars that I threw up in and just like went back and ordered another beer
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah. Let's go pull trig, delete a beer.
Don't tell anybody.
Dude, it comes out so clean that you could fill it up
Oh,
for
yeah,
someone and not
easily.
feel bad.
Yeah, easily.
And you feel fresh afterwards.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I
Whoa.
threw up in like comedy clubs and then just like went and like hung out with people just went right back to the table.
with
Just,
like throw up breath.
Yeah. No, I'd probably just get another beer, have beer breath.
Yeah.
At that point, you need another beer to erase the throw up breath.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something like an IPA, something rich.
Yeah.
Which
Then you
We'll
throw
leave
it
to
again.
All right, well, I have a completely different thing I need to talk about because this is fucking bananas. Something happened to me yesterday. Something bad. Something very bad happened to me. Okay?
Only good things happened to me yesterday.
I had a really bad day. The
Talk to
universe
us.
just decided it
it's
was
a
my
safe space.
day of reckoning. But I'm only going to tell one part of it.
I want to hear the rest. I want to hear the shit that's too hot for TV.
I got pulled over by a police officer on a bicycle.
Yeah.
I was city biking, and he was on his feet.
You don't have to stop.
I got a ticket right here. That is $330.
Is that a scroll?
Look at that. Look at that fucking
Why
ticket.
is it so big?
I don't know.
Did he print that out for you in person?
Did you get a
Printed it
ticket
from
at
his car.
Walmart?
Oh.
He's got one of those new cars.
One of those ones that you got to keep your foot on the brake the whole time.
But when you take it off, it actually prints gigantic tickets, and then you let it off, it stops it. Then you got to take it off again, it starts printing again.
If you get a ticket in America, you should have to like wear it on you like it's the Scarlet Letter all day.
I don't mind that. Don't mind that. Take it
There
off.
should be a little rope on top of that for you to put it around your neck.
That thing would keep him
wear
warm.
it around.
He could curl up under that for the wintry months.
They hit me with NYC bicycle red light, $190, and then they also hit me with disobeyed traffic control device, $138. Feels a little redundant.
What did you disobey?
Here's the story. I was biking up 6th Avenue to get a haircut. I was on a city bike, e-bike, in the bike lane, right?
Of course.
I'm at 6th Ave and 58th Street,
Going which way?
north. So 2 blocks south of Central Park.
Okay.
1 block south of 59th, which is where you got to go cross because it's Central
Which
Park.
is the right way. You're going with traffic.
I'm with traffic, and I'm in the bike lane. So 58th goes, I think it goes east, or it goes west to east.
You go right past the Fox News building.
Yep. Past Rockefeller Center, past, all that stuff. It's
30 Rock.
It's a very busy,
Shout out Shane.
Yeah.
very
Did
busy.
you give like a little nod when you were driving by? Maybe ring the bell a couple times.
For Lauren. In case Lauren was out his
Shane,
window.
ding ding ding.
Yeah, they were in there. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going up, and I get to 58th. I think it was 58th. Maybe it was 57th, but I think it was 58th. And I'm on the left side of 6th Avenue, right?
Of course.
The cars are going to come from left to right.
Mhm.
I see a yellow. I'm close. I thought I had the yellow.
Brother, you're on a bike.
Also, I checked. There was a ton of pedestrians that were just starting to cross 58th Street, which meant that there was no chance the cars were going to start going on the second of their light, right? I had a wall, I had a human shield
Yeah.
of pedestrians.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, fuck it, I'll go. I went. The second I got through 58th Street, still on 6th Ave, a guy steps out from in front of his cop car, like one of the SUVs, and goes like this. He gave me the beckon. Hand up. Come here.
What did he square up with you? Was he right in front of you?
Standing right in front of me.
So you couldn't have swerved.
Dude, in hindsight, I could have done anything to not get this ticket.
Yeah, you could.
I could have gone anywhere. I could have dumped the bike and run.
Yeah.
It's such heavy traffic at that hour. I could have gone anywhere. They can't chase me in a cop car.
No.
I could have gone into Central Park, hid behind the horses,
Yeah.
climbed a tree.
Yeah.
Got in the back of one of the horsey buggy things in Central Park like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
I could have rubbed dirt from Central Park on my face and asked people for, a cup of hot soup.
Yeah. You could have just gotten a cab too.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Any of the above. The issue would have been that my charge on my e-bike would have continued to.
But you just circle the block. Wait till the
I would
wait till
spin the
guy
block.
moves.
Spin the block, dock the bike.
Because I've gotten
Call
these
a
tickets
cab.
before. I've gotten these tickets before, and our security guys who used to be cops were like, you don't have to stop for them.
Yeah.
If a cop stops you, you can just like keep going.
If you're on a bike.
Yeah.
There's two interesting things. The cop was black
Now
there
it makes
you go.
sense.
and he was short
And
and kind. He was kind looking. He was kindly.
So
Okay.
you thought that you were going to get a...
It was the opposite of police brutality. I had a black police officer gently waving me down on a bicycle to scold me for running barely a red light.
I thought you were allowed to run. I've run red lights constantly.
Buddy, they're cracking down. You're about to get...
Well, you know why.
George Floyd.
Exactly.
What is the answer to that?
Because they're probably just scooping up the Uber Eats drivers and shipping them away.
Great point, which
Yeah.
leads me to this. They already had another guy.
Yeah.
His bike he was a Grubhub driver. And I'm just going to call him Senegalese.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I think that's less racist than saying he was from Africa, but I knew he was from Senegal. Yeah, because I have that intuition. So he's waiting on his in his really strong
Oh yeah,
moped, basically.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle.
And he's not bothered by this. They're already running his license in the car. So this cop has a partner. He's in the car. That guy is also a black police officer. So they're running it. And the guy says to me something like, do you understand that you understand what you did, right? You understand that why would you run the light and make those cars wait? You held up traffic. And I just immediately was like, you're absolutely right. I did the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Capitulated.
I thought that being,
Contrite.
giving him what he wanted would be maybe where he would be like, all right, well, next time, don't let me catch you again. Get on with you.
He wanted to fight though.
Well, then he asked for my license. And then he took it into the car. And then I'm having a conversation with the Grubhub guy. And I
This
go,
is fucking bullshit.
I go, has this happened to you before? And he goes, many times. And then I go, are they going to give us a ticket? And he goes, yes. And I go, is it expensive? And he goes, it's not that bad. And they brought out, the other cop brought out his license and his ticket and goes, don't lie. Don't lie. And the guy was like, and then the cop was like, you said you didn't have your license. We knew you did. Next time you have your license on you and we ask for it, you better give it to us. You were going the wrong way. He was going the wrong way in the bike lane.
Yeah.
On a motorcycle, basically.
Yeah.
So immediately I'm like, well, this infraction is way worse than mine.
Yeah.
I'm going with traffic. I went through a yellow.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that guy goes off, and I think he looked at the fine and was like, whatever.
So are those guys making like a shit
Dude,
ton of money?
I was like, why am I not riding a bike for Uber Eats or whatever? $330 is no big deal to you, and you've had multiple of these? What the
I'll pay it, no
fuck?
problem. Give me
It's
yours
nothing.
too.
Yeah.
No problem. I take care of it.
Yeah. So, okay. Then my guy comes out. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I've had time to think about this. I've never talked back to a cop in my whole life. I don't really agree with this one.
Yeah, you threw the challenge flag.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna be a dick, but I'm gonna have a conversation. So the guy comes out, gives me back my license. He starts walking me through the ticket. He tells me it's $330. I didn't know at this time how much it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And I go, oh. And he goes, well, look. And I go, can I just say, I thought I was on the yellow. Are there cameras around that intersection? And he gave me this long-winded answer that felt like total bullshit.
But he's got a body cam.
Yeah, but he didn't have to throw the lights on, so the body cam's off.
If he has the body cam off, I feel like you have a good case.
Well, I'm definitely contesting this.
Do you have a? Did he flick the lights on the car?
No. He gave me a
Cam's
hand.
off. Cam's off.
And then this. But more
That's an
importantly,
illegal pullover.
He doesn't have the light on his body cam because it was coming from the other direction.
So how does he even know what he saw?
He doesn't.
He, I think, was probably going off of the pedestrian walk signal. But remember, there's always a couple seconds difference between traffic light and pedestrian walk signal.
When it just turns red and you're on the bike, you can go because you got like 4 seconds.
Yeah. But
Fucking tyrant. Sounds like he's a tyrant to me.
I said, I'll be honest, I really thought I was going. I might have even said, officer, just I really respect you guys. But I really thought I was on the yellow there. And I had a wall of pedestrians that were just starting to cross. So there was no car that was going to go. And he goes, 2 weeks ago, I would have given every single one of them a jaywalking ticket. But the city voted that we are not supposed to give those people tickets anymore. This is a pedestrian city now, which means we've turned our focus to you guys. Bikers.
They would not have given everybody a fucking jaywalking ticket.
There was
2
like
weeks
12
ago.
New York
people.
City.
It was like the Epcot Center had been let out.
Yeah.
Every
Shinjuku
fucking
Crossing.
nationality, every height, every different color of
Crossing.
person. There's no chance that guy's printing out 12 jaywalking tickets.
There's no way he's even going to be able to stop them.
No.
It's like when people rush the field and there's like a security guard in front of them, like tackling one person.
So he said the reason we're being so vigilant about this now, especially on this intersection, is because this is one of the most dangerous intersections in the city. And a month ago, in fact, a biker got hit, T-boned by a car coming through, doing exactly what you were doing, and he died. And I was like, okay, you know.
They love dropping that.
Yeah.
I've had that dropped on me. You know what happened here?
Yeah.
8 months ago? No.
Yeah.
How would I ever know that? How would I have any idea what happened here 8 months ago?
Yeah. So by the way, I'm wearing a Brunello vest, one that I bought at the sample sale. I'm on a bike. And, you know, I kind of feel this is such a busy part of New York. There's a part of me that wondered if he didn't pull me over to hedge against racial profiling of the first guy.
100%.
100%.
I've been the second man in on a bike pullover before.
That was my initial thought.
They always pull over a honky just to kind of
We're even-handed.
Yeah.
in case there's a photograph.
Equal justice. We don't see color, you know?
Yeah.
But
And
they pull over the whitest white guy.
they pulled over a Clydesdale. They collared, you know, fucking a Kennedy
Yeah.
on an e-bike.
Yeah.
And
It's disrespectful.
they got me. And
you have to take it to court.
I'm going to. Absolutely.
You should wear the Ray-Ban glasses when you're in.
He told me it's going to take a couple of days for it to show up in the system. We had a nice conversation. Yeah, West 58th Street, Avenue of the Americas.
Do you have a friend of police card?
I do, but oh my God. Then he tried to placate me. He goes, look, the good news is it's not going to be points on your license since you weren't in a car. And I was like, dude, I know.
Yeah, obviously.
There was no
We're not gonna
part
charge
of me that worried that this was going to be points on my fucking driver's license.
Don't worry, you're not going to spend any time in jail. Don't worry, it's not going to be murder one for you.
You're not going to have to go back to driver's ed. I was pretty annoyed
I don't
when
understand
heard
the
him say
license thing though. Like, what if you don't need what if you didn't have your license?
that. Then they can't do anything?
Yeah.
I guess.
And that's why the guy probably said he didn't have his license.
He
yet.
did.
And they're like,
And they called him
And what, they
on
searched him?
it.
which
Yeah.
is illegal. I mean, legal search and seizure. I guess they pulled you over for a reason they can search.
But they didn't pull you over, really.
Bicycle, description narrative. Bicycle failed to yield to vehicle/pedestrian at red light NYC.
3:30.
Yeah. You must plead guilty or not guilty within 15 days.
Adams must be in trouble.
I'm going to hit this.
Adams is going to.
Adams is
he's
in
going
a
to
world
Turkey.
of debt.
Dude,
No,
people
Adams is going
say,
first class off Francis's dime.
people say, because then I went to my haircut and at the,
Were you talking about it at the barbershop?
oh my, well, I was 15 minutes late for my haircut because
Yeah.
of this. The guy was reading me the rules of,
He was reading your rights.
you know, the Constitution.
Yeah.
He went fucking
Well, this guy
deep.
doesn't know the Constitution if he's doing a fucking unlawful stop and frisk like that.
He didn't frisk me.
He frisked the biker. Frisked the Senegalese, bro.
I wonder.
You probably took that guy's food. What's for lunch? Sure, we could work something out here. Was that Thai?
Yeah.
Me and my partner are actually pretty hungry.
No spoon?
What'd you pick up the most recently?
Yeah.
What's still warm in there?
None of it?
So that happened to me yesterday. I was late, and then they said at the barbershop, they were like, dude, this, first of all, it's the end of the month.
Yeah, quotas.
So they are nabbing everyone to hit their quotas or whatever. Secondly, apparently there's like all kinds of new traffic laws that have gone into effect as a result of congestion.
Well, I was gonna say maybe it's because didn't they reverse the congestion
They
pricing?
haven't.
They haven't done it yet.
That's like in the process. Trump's trying to reverse it, but they're fighting it. But apparently, coming in through the tunnel this morning, they were just like fully waving people over at the end of the tunnel and having them get out of their cars, putting them in the paddy wagon in handcuffs, and then towing their cars.
For what reason?
Bro, I don't know. They said that the guy at the barbershop was like, I saw a woman get out of her car and she was embarrassed to be seen in handcuffs, so they let her put her coat over her hands
What?
before they put her into the paddy wagon.
Like Aaron Hernandez walking out of his house.
I'm like,
With
are
the
they
t-shirt
driving?
on?
T-shirt.
Yeah, are they driving on the sides of the fucking tunnel like in Men in Black?
You know what it probably was? Someone probably switched lanes in the tunnel.
I guess I don't know what offense could be so
Except
bad
I have
about.
seen a cop do that.
Did
And I
somebody
give
go
him a
into the
look.
tunnel, get out of their car, and like open the valve?
I don't know. That's getting pulled over right out of the tunnel.
And handcuffed.
Handcuffs is nuts.
Handcuffed.
Is that was it ice?
I don't know. I didn't ask about
I
that.
can't imagine.
I don't think so.
I can't imagine like the hot spot for ice is the commute from on the fucking Holland Tunnel.
Yeah.
It's probably those lax ass Jersey laws they get into New York and crack down.
True. Right on
So-
the coast too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this pissed me off. It pissed me off because I could have avoided it by just, going like that. And the amount of money. And I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's got to be infuriating. If I'm you, I'm so fucking pissed off.
But you said you've gotten these before.
I wasn't that much, and I
He
gave
got
him
it for headphones.
I got it for headphones and running a stop sign. But I wasn't even in an intersection. I was alongside of a park.
Oh, I know where that is.
It's so fucking
Yeah.
infuriating.
So there's no cars that can go through.
There's no one that can go through.
I didn't even know that I genuinely didn't know that was illegal. Like I've
I think there is
gone
a law. You
gone
might
the
be-
red light like while there's cops standing there and they don't say anything.
Dude, I will say, because then I biked the rest of the night all over the place. It made me realize how many fucking laws I break on.
Oh yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I could have gotten hit for that. Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done
Yeah.
that.
It's
think
like
that's
when
the
you do
point, though.
driver's ed and they're like when you're in a parking lot. Have you guys ever heard this? Like when you're in a parking lot, technically, I don't know if it's everywhere. Maybe it's just Massachusetts, but it's like every spot that you cross over. Like, if you're in a big empty parking lot and you're kind of just like, I'm just going to sail right through this up to the front spot. If it's like empty, every single spot that you cross over illegally is like $100 per spot.
I did not know that.
So they could get you for like, say you just barrel through 10 spots, it's $1,000.
Is that why my dad, when I was a child, would enter a grocery store parking lot and choose to park as far away from the doors of the grocery store as possible?
Nah, I think that's just like a weird dad thing.
He did that, and it would drive me
My dad
fucking
did that too.
nuts.
One
What?
time my dad
I was like, Dad, we're in a Honda Pilot. You don't need space between us and the next car.
we were and
This thing can't be worth less.
when I was in 8th grade, we went on like the whole grade goes on a field trip to like some fucking place in
Wait, I just need to
Western
amend. We had a
Mass.
Honda Element, not a Honda Pilot. Honda Pilots are nice.
got it.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
But when we was like 3 days and you're like in these like cabins and shit with like your whole grade and it sucks. It's not fun. It's like you're at camp but you're at school. Like your teachers are there. You still have to do schoolwork and shit. It sucks. I think it was called Nature's Classroom. And on the way back, it was like a 4-hour bus trip to get back. And the whole time I'm like, I cannot fucking wait to get home. And we get off the bus and we're at the school. It's like 7 p.m. So it's like empty. It's just the people that are getting picked up from the field trip. And everyone's parents are there, like with their cars. And I get off the bus and my dad's just standing there. And I was like, what's going on? I was like, where's the car? And he's like, Mom said it was going to be a mess. So he parked like 2 miles away and we had to walk with all of my luggage. And I think it was the most mad I've ever been.
Was it actually a mess?
No, it wasn't a mess at all. It was literally just a line of cars to come pick it. Like I would have just walked and then we would have been gone.
Did you give him a hard time?
Oh, I think I freaked out.
Dude, so I have a similar story. That same Honda Element, that was the boxy car that had the suicide doors that would like open up. Theoretically, you could convert it into like a camper.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
I remember the commercials from that.
Sounds cool.
It
It
sounded
was-
cool in the commercials. You also like camping.
my freshman year, I switched
Yeah.
schools. I went from a very accepting and loving school to a Jesuit school called Chevres. And it was very male dominant, very kind of dark, medieval,
Yeah.
very Catholic.
Scent of a
And
woman.
my mom picked me up one day in the Honda Element, and all the guys that were older on the sports teams that I was on and stuff, I knew that they mocked me for the fact that we drove a Honda Element. They thought that was a really ugly car.
What did they fucking drive?
They all had like,
Corvettes and shit?
no, like pickup trucks, but like shitty ones, but but they would all get the subwoofers in the back. Then we would drive 5 minutes to practice and my teeth would rattle in my fucking head. They're like, you like this song? I'm like, I don't hear anything.
I feel it.
Yeah. It's making me
like
need to
the
take a
Death
shit.
I actually love the subwoofers.
Not a fan.
If I had a car, I would definitely get external subwoofers.
Huge ones?
Yeah.
Like
Whole
someone
trunk.
driving around New
Whole
Orleans,
trunks
yeah.
taking them up. Yeah.
You hear them 3 blocks away.
Yeah, the glass is shaking.
Yeah.
That's gotta suck so bad. So your mom did
Well,
you
my
like
mom
freak out on
came
your
and picked
mom?
me up, and I got in the car, and she had parked right in the middle of where all the kids got let out, and I got in the car and was just so embarrassed and mad, and I'm sure I gave her a hard time. And then I had to go get something else out of school, and I went back in, and when I came back into the car, my mom was crying.
Oh no, because people were making fun of her car.
No, because I had been so cruel, and I never saw my mom cry.
Really?
And she was like, I just was excited to see you and pick you up.
Oh my god.
And
She leveled you.
dude, I think it's the worst moment of my life. I'm not even kidding you.
Just happy to see you, son.
I think about
nice
this.
fucking boxcar, Mom.
I think about this like once a week, and it breaks my fucking heart.
Did you apologize? Have you apologized?
I definitely did then.
You should call her today.
I wonder if I think I've told her that moment has
But
stuck with
ultimate
me.
forgiveness about this act will be nice.
Oh, I'm sure she would say, like, I haven't thought about it since.
What if she's like, I think about it every week?
All I want to do is see you.
It's just something that I really wish I could erase from time.
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
You can't.
It's the single worst moment of shame. And
What'd you say to her when you like? How did you berate her about having
I don't
a boxy
remember.
car?
I don't remember. I probably was like, I told you not to show up in this car. Or like, don't park in the middle of this. Like, I'm so whatever. Everyone's I don't know. Said something. I was a 14-year-old, you know,
Fucking pick me up,
covered
Mom.
in acne, getting thrown into lockers by seniors. It was a nightmare. I left that school after 1 year. That place fucking sucked.
Chevrolet?
Yeah, dude. They had a pro-life club. They were trying to foist like anti-abortion sentimentality or ideology rather on 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then it was like so. I mean, we used to get jug,
I had jug too.
justice under God instead of detention.
That's insane.
I got jugged up for having socks that weren't the right length.
We
Mr.
did
Conley,
not. We
he was
didn't.
an old guy, and he was a cunt, and he's dead now. I wish he could hear me say this. That guy fucking sucked.
I also went to a Jesuit high school, and I met one of my teachers at a wedding recently, and he was the meanest teacher. Like a kid like passed out in his class because he'd like stand up as punishment for getting his Latin declensions wrong. He like passed out. And we met this teacher, and he was still such a dick.
Come
Like,
on.
he was just still mean.
Yeah.
He was just still a mean guy.
Did you say anything to him? Did you?
No, I tried to be nice. I was like, hey, I thought it would be like time passed, but I probably called him Mr. whatever his name was.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
probably didn't remember you.
No, he said I think he said he did.
But that's where in the TV show where he's a character, there is a scene where we follow him home one night, and he goes into his tiny walk-up apartment, pulls that overhead light string, sits down at a table, has a microwave dinner, and then like goes and tends to his sickly father.
Yeah.
And we develop empathy for him.
Yeah.
We realize that the reason he's been so harsh
It's because his life is
mean
harsh.
all this time is because his background, his life itself is prison,
Yeah.
and that he is actually a sympathetic figure.
I think if your job makes you fucking miserable, I think that there's other lines of work that could make you less miserable. If you fucking hate teaching Latin to kids, like, all right, like do something where you work with your hands, like be outside, move around all day,
Yeah.
like get an office job, do something else. There's a billion fucking jobs.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Have I ever told you guys about the time when I got dropped off at school and there was a lockdown in progress?
No.
I haven't told you about that.
Mm-mm.
I've probably told the story before. Maybe it was probably a while ago, but it was I was like when I didn't have my license when I was a junior in high school, and our middle school and high school were connected.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom would drop off me and my little sister at the same time, and we got dropped off, and like we get out of the car right in front of the school, and there's like there's like this like siren going on, and the principal's outside, and he's like, "Get inside!" And in my head, I was like, if this is a real like shooting happening, why am I not just going back to my mom's car is right there? Why are they telling us to come inside? But obviously you're gonna listen to the principal, so I went inside, and then they were like I go inside, and it was real. They were like, everyone get in a fucking classroom. Like the principal's like grabbing kids and like throwing them into the cafeteria. And I'm on the middle school side of the school, and I'm 17 years old. So I'm on the middle school side.
There he is.
I know.
It's him.
That's literally what it was. I'm surrounded by like 12-year-olds. I'm with my sister who's like 12, and I'm 17. And I'm running through the hallways with all these children, and then I'm in we find a classroom, and they're like, "Get in this classroom," and I go in, and it's literally me and 7th graders, all in a classroom together, and I'm like, dude, they all think I'm the shooter for sure, and then it ended up being like a misunderstanding, as it usually is.
What do you mean a misunderstanding?
It's a false alarm.
Imagine being your mom seeing that.
I don't know, like she was texting us like, "What's going on?"
Okay,
and I was
guys,
like,
have a good day.
I guess there's a shooter in the school.
Get inside. There's a shooter in here.
It was crazy.
We don't want to make this too hard on him.
I just remember running through the hallways with like literal children, and being like, "This is."
I didn't
so
say I was going to shoot the
different.
school. I said, let's go shoot some pool. What a misunderstanding.
I just remember being like, "This is like the most."
A misunderstanding is hilarious.
I don't know what it was.
Sorry, it was a mix-up.
There was always shit like that though, like in our school. It would always be like, but it would be like, it would either be like nothing, or it would be like, yeah, they found shotgun shells in the gym.
Wow.
There was one time where they were like, they found shotgun shells in the gym, so they just brought everyone into the gym, and like had them like, if you had like a band, if you had like an instrument, they had to search your bag, they had to search your band case, like your case. Yeah. And then everyone else. But I was like, this feels like if there's a dude in the gym, or if there's a guy with a gun, maybe we don't bring everyone in the school to the exact same place.
We're all going to jump on him. We're all going to subdue him simultaneously.
It is. It's kind of a badass way to do it if you're the principal.
Mm-hmm.
You
shoot all of us.
You're
then.
Center stage with the mic. Who is it?
It'll be way easier on you if you come forward now.
I'll give you one shot.
Yeah.
Right
At
here.
this rate, maybe you'll get 1 or 2 of us, but there's no way you're getting us all.
Yeah.
There's only 9. Count your bullets.
Go ahead. You and me, 10 paces.
Most of us are going to survive.
10 paces and
then we're
turn.
going to catch you.
May the best man win.
A duel?
A duel.
Principal
The
and the kid.
in the gym. The kids are like, fight. The principal gets killed.
They surround him. Yeah, the principal misses. The kid shoots the principal. Someone behind him.
Were
gets
you
shot.
guys out of high school before that was a big thing? Like lockdowns?
No, Columbine happened. Columbine started.
Yeah, but there was like a
everything.
good 10-year gap between Columbine and then before it was really like a rampant, like this happens every week.
We just had a poopy bandit. Was never really shooters.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have that. As far as I know, we didn't have any of that. But was it 10 years between Columbine and the next thing?
No, it wasn't between the next thing, but I mean, like it was more popular.
Popular.
Well, no, I mean, you know what
Your
I mean.
word choices are funny.
Oh, that's the word that I would use to describe it.
It's a very popular
Oh,
thing
that
to
guy's
do.
so popular. He shot like 3 schools this week.
No, but like there's like Columbine happened.
It's a popular thing to do. It's like having a Beanie Baby or.
I mean, dude, there's like
Pet
school
rock.
shootings like once a week.
Yeah, it's popular.
I don't think there were as many.
I agree. I'm saying it's popular.
Yeah. When I was in high school and middle school, we were getting evacuated from the school. Like it would be like a couple times a year.
That was all the rage.
Like middle school.
Very popular thing to do.
I remember in middle school, someone lit the trash can on fire and then like carved into the wall, like I'm gonna blow up the school or some shit. And then like we all had to like get evacuated.
That's yeah. Where did you go to school?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We didn't have that. Like, and for what it's worth, like yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We didn't
It's
have
like
that.
this dark and mysterious thing that almost.
You know what it was? It was probably people were more cautious about it when I was in high school than they were with you. Like when you guys were in high school, if someone found shotgun shells in the gym, they'd probably be like, if you left your shotgun shells in the gym, please come to the main office.
Yeah.
We can only hold these for so long.
They feel hot, so
Yeah.
you might want to grab them before they cool off.
I don't know the answer to that.
Why is it becoming more popular?
I don't know.
Because guys like you try to make it seem cool.
The fuck? No.
You're just talking about how the popular kids do it.
I wasn't saying popular in terms of popular kids are doing it. I meant it's a more
Popular
common
thing to do.
occurrence
Mm-hmm.
than it was
Common.
then. Which popular still works for that.
No,
matter
I would
how
not
much,
say that.
no matter how
popular
much
and
you guys try
common
to twist it.
It's just
popular
funny.
and common and frequent are not necessarily synonyms. Certainly not in that application, which is what made it funny.
School shootings have gotten more popular is factual. And that is a completely correct way of saying it. I understand why it's funny. Like, I get why it sounds funny to be like, oh yeah, it's like a popular thing to do. But it is.
Like, what's another thing that's popular to do?
Fucking snatching chains.
Yeah, it's like snatching chains.
Snatching chains.
Snatch-
It's really
wigs.
popular right now. No, what's popular right now is like
Oxycontin. Nah, probably not. That probably peaked
that
decade
weirdly
ago.
like that to me does make more sense.
But it shouldn't.
Because
it's still a bad thing.
But people would take Oxycontin because they think it's cool. It's popular.
But
The
we're
popular
like, the
kids
popular
are doing it.
kids do Oxycontin?
Dude, when was the last time you saw a school shooter who was like also the captain of the water polo team?
Well, that's why I'm saying I don't mean popular in that sense. I didn't mean popular as like the kid is popular. I meant it's a more common. I meant common, but I still think popular works.
I'm gonna let you have it.
All right, I win.
I'm gonna let
Next.
you have that one.
Next topic. Where did you go to high school that there were that many fucking lockdowns? The Euphoria High School?
I mean, it wasn't like, I probably exaggerated it a little bit, but like we definitely had lockdown. We definitely, like in high school, I would say we definitely had a lockdown every year I was in high school.
How many kids went to your high school?
Probably 600, but it was like, but again, the middle school and the high school were combined. So there's probably around like 1,200 to 1,500 kids in the school.
Shut the shit down. The gym teacher's fucking Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, that happened too. The gym teacher raped a bunch of kids.
Was there a lockdown that day?
No, that was after I graduated, they found out. It was when I was there that he was doing the raping, though.
Statutory.
Yes. Still rape.
Yes, I'm just clarifying.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably threw some adults in there, too, at that point.
Were those rape, though?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Statutory gives... I won't say it.
Heavy episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
We found out that Francis is bulimic, and then we just went right into
Rape.
rape and mass shootings.
Heavy as hell.
I wonder what people who know eating disorders would say, because the reason I do that.
I mean, it's kind of a pull the trigger warning.
It's right. It has nothing to do with how I want to look.
No, I don't think what you're doing is weird at all. It's not like every
I think it's
meal,
a little weird,
but it's not like every meal you have you're projectile vomiting.
Yeah, I
after.
don't do that. I do this maybe once a year, once every other year, or something like that.
So that's not a big deal.
It's not like very popular for you to do.
No.
No, bulimia is not popular right now.
How many times do you guys expect to throw up this year?
0. I've thrown up once. I was going to say that before when we were talking about the puking. Let's get back to that, a little more of a light topic. But I've thrown up once since I stopped drinking. And it was the first time I've thrown up sober since I was in 6th grade.
God damn. I'm good for at least one a year. Probably one a
Really?
year.
I'm a couple.
It's just a stomach bug.
From fully sober?
Well,
We're obviously not
just
talking
from anything, whether it's drinking.
Oh, no, eliminate drinking from this.
Motion sickness, car sickness, or flu.
Motion sickness and car sickness.
Maybe
I'll
less
count.
than one a year. Maybe one every couple years.
What's the worst one though? What's the worst reason
Nicotine.
to throw up?
100% has to be the worst.
I would say food poisoning when you have it.
But have you ever had nicotine sick?
I've gotten it where I almost thought I almost threw up.
Dude, It is like
I've had that.
it's like a
bad.
new feeling
Yeah.
because it hits out of nowhere.
That might have been when I did the bong rips of the loose leaf tobacco.
Probably.
Definitely.
That's probably what that was.
Throwing up from nicotine is we used to call it browning out. You know, people say like when you smoke weed, like people green out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is that a real thing?
I mean, we talked. This is our early son of a boy dad question.
Yeah.
You said it was real though, and I believed you.
It's happened to a couple of my friends.
They forget what happened while they were high?
Oh no, you like fully like go down.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
And they'd be like, yo, dude, Nate just greened.
Was he particularly susceptible to it?
No, it happened to him once and it was after we did the bong rips of tobacco.
Oh.
But he also did bong rips of weed.
Okay.
And then
so that might have been a brownout.
It could have been a brown.
He could have browned.
Yeah.
Like a brown green
Yeah,
camo,
yeah.
like a camo out kind of. Yeah. Sort of a
It's kind of your outfit, honestly.
I know.
Browning out and greening out.
I'm really not happy about these pants, but all my clothes are at the wash right now.
Those are the pants that caused you to
These are the
start
pants
filming.
that caused me to buy new pants.
No, they're the ones that caused you to start filming yourself.
They are. The
I
exact
knew
pair.
it. I
Yeah.
saw them earlier, and I thought,
Wide,
I get why
wide
he does
at the
it.
waist, right?
Why?
Unnecessarily
Can I
wide
see
at the
you
waist.
Stand
Can I
up,
see?
please.
They're
please,
like-
please.
it's
Just
like-
stand up, please.
They're like so wide at the waist, and then they're wide at the thighs too. But then the legs are not wide.
Can you give the camera a proper?
They can see it. They can see it.
No, the table's in the way. They need to see everything.
I also accidentally gave my belt to the I brought my belt to the wash and fold as well, so no belt either.
I saw I saw your boxers. Like, I thought you were just like sagging your pants low key when we were shooting that thing earlier. It's just the wide waist.
It's the wide waist, but they're not even that wide. They're like 32.
That's a 32.
I think, yeah, and they're just bad pants.
They're broken.
Just poorly
The
made
pants
pants.
are broken.
Yeah.
One of the worst throw ups is when you have like a viral infection and you're like shuddering next to the toilet.
Yeah.
Not even food poisoning, but it's like a deep virus. You just
That's-
need everything out of your body.
That's what I had when I threw up this year.
Yeah, just like curled up.
I've talked about that when I said that I was throwing up so aggressively that I felt like my feet were above my head.
Oh yeah.
it felt like I was lifting off from the ground with the amount of force.
Donkey kicking.
Yeah. It was, dude, I mean, it was like rotating between throwing up and shitting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I only threw up, like when you were saying earlier, I was going to ask you that. When you said you had 3 or you had 4, do you count that? How many times? You count that as one?
No. Well, yeah.
For me, that's 4.
You threw up 4 times?
If that was me, like if
One session is a throw up.
nah, for me it's 4.
Oh,
That's
it's
4.
a session for me.
The session, no, that's
You're
crazy.
padding your stats.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm padding my stats.
But you said
for
you
sure.
don't even.
It sucks equally every single time. It's not like one of them's better than the other.
Once you've opened the hardest part for me is I stick my hand down my throat and whatever, and it takes me like, if I'm sober, it'll take me 7 or 8 dry heaves until something comes out.
Yeah.
And that buildup is what really sucks.
Yeah. Which that's fucked up too.
But once you finally get it, then the gates are open, and then I'll do it until I've cleared the cylinder.
Like I said, that was the first time I've thrown up sober since I was in 6th grade. And when I was in 6th grade, like when you're a child, you remember throwing up like it's just like you wake up one day and you have to throw up. So you go to the bathroom and you throw up.
And you don't do anything.
There's
It just comes
there's
out,
no
yeah.
like activating it.
Yeah.
And then when I was throwing up this year, I was like, why is this so hard to do?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sick and I'm actually going to have to pull trig to throw up. That's crazy.
You have to.
There are a lot of people who can't do that. They can't even pull the trigger.
They just wait for it to become shit.
Waiting for it to become shit is what I usually do.
You know what there's an incredible...
Most nights I go to bed on the verge of throwing up, and then I just wait overnight, and then I wake up and I shit it out.
I believe you. I think he's telling the truth.
I was out super late last night.
Yeah, you had a cool night.
I did. I went to
Were you surprised that I was awake when you texted me?
Not at all.
Me and Francis were texting at like 3 a.m.
I
last
texted
night.
Sass at 2:30.
Really?
I knew he
Instant.
was up. I knew he'd be up. He's the only person I know who'd be up who lives in this time zone. And I knew he'd be up. Why wouldn't he be
Dark
up? Oh, by the way, it was so funny. So I went to the cellar and got to watch Shane work out his monologue, which was really cool.
Gillis.
And but he did all the shows, so it was there pretty late. And then I got in a cab and I was on my way home texting Sass.
Did you have spots or were you just kissing ass?
I had spots at the stand earlier, and then I just went over there. Yeah, I know. Well, to that end,
No shame in it. No shame in it.
to that end, they got together for a picture, a bunch of the comics there, and I didn't get in.
Why? You were in it last time.
I had spots that night.
Bruh, you got to get in.
I didn't want to be part of a picture if I didn't have spots at the club that night. And Will Sylvan's he was like, dude, why didn't you get in the picture? And I was like, because I didn't have any spots. And he was like, that's ridiculous.
You're passed at the club.
I don't want to be a barnacle.
That's crazy.
Call me an old.
There's
I'm old
nothing
school.
wrong with that.
Old school.
He's old school.
I mean, I would have done the exact same thing, but I think I overthink it.
I'm sure I overthought it, but it's also just my own policy. Like I want to earn the picture.
Yeah.
If I'm
Sass
gonna
is
be
getting
it.
in the picture.
Like if
No,
I'm
I wouldn't have
If
gone. I
I
wouldn't
know
have
you-
gone.
post game photo, you know,
You gotta
sweaty,
wait for
like-
them to tell you. To be
If
like,
Francis texted me last night and was like, come to the cellar, I'm here with, which you definitely could have. I live across the street from there. It would have been nice to get that text. But,
I didn't go until midnight, and I didn't know.
Oh, good. No, it's not a big deal. But
well, no,
I
he
would
knew
have loved to
you'd
see
be
the
up.
set.
He
I would
knew
have
you
loved
were
to see
going
the
to be up
set.
because he
Yeah.
called you at the end.
He
of it.
did know I was going to be up, and he knows how close I live to there.
If
But
I had asked you at that hour to come to the cellar, you would have been like, dude, no, I don't think I can do that.
Probably, but I would have definitely considered it.
You
I
could have
love-
just yelled up to his
I
bedroom.
love
You
knowing.
could have, honestly.
I love giving you the
I heard,
opportunity.
like, you know
to
what the weird thing
consider
was? I
things.
heard the laughs from my apartment.
You're like, oh,
And I was like, is
the
that
goat's killing.
Gillis?
You heard this
What
camera
the
snaps.
Fuck?
Well,
Is that Francis?
Dodging photos?
Not.
yeah, taking the.
Was there
photos.
like paparazzi there?
no?
Legitimate question.
Not no.
No?
I don't think so.
Who else was on the shows?
Well, Shane went up right before David Tell, so that was the late show. That
Who's
was
in
the
the
last
picture?
show. It's David Tell, Shane, Will Sylvans,
Big party.
maybe Reggie Conquest.
So this is
Actually,
a tight photo. It wasn't
Yeah.
like last photo.
4 or 5, and then they did another one, and a couple more people got in, and I just stayed on
But it wasn't like because the OG photo is like 30 killers.
the one I'm in.
Yeah. It's like Delta Force.
That one's fun, but
30
that was
assassins.
one where Godfrey was like told me to get in,
Oh, I see.
and
Godfrey did?
yeah.
That's
Fucking
big.
love that, bro.
That's a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah. He organized the photo because he had his camera guy there.
Mm.
Gilbert?
Francis.
Get in the picture.
I'm on my way home
Yeah.
and I text Sass and I told him like, yo, I tell him about the how great I thought Shane's monologue was.
No, you
And
didn't.
Huh?
No, you didn't.
Did I not?
No, I was going to ask you how it was. I forgot to ask.
What did I say to you?
I don't know.
You
were
told
just
me how
like-
great you thought it was.
You were just like, I'm so tired.
I think I said I just went and did this and like I don't know. I was like, I don't know how I'm awake right now. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
something
knew
like
I was
that.
like, I don't basically I was trying to say like I don't know how you stay up to this hour every night.
Yeah, that was pretty much the exact conversation.
Yeah. And then he goes, by the way, or he was like, so we have to be in at 11 tomorrow.
Yeah, that was the conversation. I'm looking at it right now.
He reminded me that we were coming in
Yeah.
to shoot Play Madden for Realm.com.
Yeah.
Coming out
Yes.
soon. When is that video coming out?
Tonight.
Fuck yeah. That is going to be an all-timer. If you liked the steak video, I would highly recommend that you watch Francis versus Sass playing Madden.
Yeah, it's going to be a classic.
It'll be a good one. But yeah, it was pretty much the conversation was just leaving the cellar, watch Shane's monologue. Then a tell. Can't even think I'm so tired. And then I was tired as fuck too. So I said, damn, that sounds sick. And then I said, do we have to be in at 11 tomorrow?
Yeah. I think I was going to follow that up with like, it was amazing or something. And then you
Yeah.
switched us into like, which by the way, first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
You being like, wait, when are we due?
Because I was in
somewhere?
my head, I was like, Francis is out late.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we don't have to be in at 11.
Ooh. Do I not know that this has been canceled?
Yeah.
And I can stay up for another 4 hours?
Yeah.
The fact that you were up at 8 to eat that prime rib after being out until 3 a.m.
Dude, I got up at 7:15.
Jesus.
I couldn't sleep any longer. And that's also part of why I feel so
Why could
shitty.
you not sleep longer?
Dude, I'm terrible at sleeping.
Yeah.
Terrible at it.
I woke up at 8. And then I took a big dump. And then I fell back asleep.
Tough life.
That's the dream.
I don't even dare buy one of those devices that tells you what your sleep score is because I just know it would ruin my day every day.
Yeah, those things are fucking insane.
Or
Why?
rate.
Unfortunately,
you wake up and
suffered
you're like,
a 1% recovery.
Yeah, you're like, I feel pretty good today.
You actually
And then
hurt
check the
yourself
watch.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not move today.
We recommend that you not do your normal
Yeah.
activities
Yeah.
today. Yeah. So
Nothing worse. When I used to have I still have a Fitbit and I wear it occasionally, but when I wear it, if I'm on the road and I'm like traveling the next day, I'll take it off at night because I'm like, I know I'm going to get like 5 hours of sleep and I'm going to feel fine. And I don't need this thing telling me that I actually was only asleep for 3 hours.
You were asleep for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And none of it was REM.
Yeah.
You got to none of your, what's the red zone or blue zone or what's the fucking zone?
So you're supposed to get what, like an hour 10 of REM? Something around there?
oh, I don't know. I thought it was more than that.
I would kill for some REM.
I don't get any.
All right, I got one more thing.
If I take melatonin, I get literally. I would take those Ollie melatonin gummies, dude. I've talked about this, but I had to stop taking them because I was wearing the Fitbit and I would look and it would be like 8 hours of REM sleep, like literally like the whole night. I was dreaming intensely.
You wake up, it's a new season.
Yeah,
You have a beard.
it would be like, dude, it would be like you'd wake up the next day and it'd be the most tired you've ever been.
Yeah.
Even though you got good sleep.
I don't even know that. I don't think that is good. I think that's too much REM.
I ate the whole packet almost of the melatonin things at the mini bar.
You were trying to end it?
Well, I mean, I ate 10 of them. Serving size was 2. They were
That's
sweet. They were tasty.
Insane.
I slept as if I had done the Michael Jackson treatment.
Dude,
Died?
you almost died.
Can you?
I mean, how long did you sleep for?
The normal amount, but I woke up and I didn't know where I was.
Dude,
That is
if I
nice.
took 10 of these, I wouldn't wake up. Ever. Not even kidding. I'll give you one. You want one for the flight?
No, that'll just make me drowsy.
Will you?
so-
If I give you 2, will you take 2 tonight and report back?
You want me to do it tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it will fuck up your day tomorrow.
That's okay.
You're going to be skiing.
Okay, you've talked me out of it.
Let him do it.
I thought
Alright.
you wanted me to do this.
Let him be his own man.
I think I got him on me.
And if you kill him on the mountain, that's on you.
It says take as needed, no food or water necessary. Eat something with them. You will throw up.
Really?
Yes. It says take 2 gummies 30 minutes before bed. I take 1 and I literally cannot open my eyes 12 hours later.
Uh-huh. Oh, these look tasty.
Actually, let me see that. Before you open it, let me see it.
I love this flavor.
Because I'm going to have to give you... Because there's a couple like halves in here because they're so strong that sometimes I only take half. And then I still am fucked up.
And what if you took it right now? Like, would you be asleep immediately?
You wouldn't be able to do the rest of the day.
Okay. I want to take one too,
I want to eat them.
but I won't do it.
I want to eat them for the taste.
Oh no, I have a dinner to go to.
Well, don't take it tonight. Don't take it right now.
I don't even want your hard drugs.
They're not
That's
hard
insane
drugs.
that
They're
you have,
Flex Helmet
A
CVS.
backpack full of things that will kill Francis if he takes 10 of them. You're just walking around.
I am very curious to see what you say, though, genuinely, because I'm wondering if maybe I'm just super sensitive to melatonin.
I've done melatonin before. I've done melatonin. I've done magnesium. I've tried all these things.
I tell people that these are like, I've taken melatonin before. This is the strongest shit I've ever taken. Melatonin, L-theanine, and botanicals. Botanicals?
Yes.
How is that? What it's called? Botanicals?
Yeah.
I've never seen that word before in my entire life.
You never seen like botanical gardens?
No, never.
The Brooklyn Botanical Gardens?
Oh, I guess I have. I've
There you
heard
go.
that.
Botanicals.
I've never read the
like
word
weed.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Is
What
weed
did
a
you say it
botanical?
was?
I said
Botanicals.
botanicals.
Botanicals. Yeah, botanicals.
2 grams of sugar though, so be careful. If you're on keto, these aren't for you.
I'm not on keto.
Does he look like a guy who needs to be on keto, doing a fad diet? Wait, what was the last thing you wanted to talk about?
Well, I guess we should save it for the next episode.
Sure.
Okay.
you have to
as well-
leave.
Might as well. Might as well.
You have to leave in like an hour.
I've got to leave sooner than that.
Okay. We'll do it next episode.
Do you want to do a second episode or no?
Oh wait, no. You're talking about another episode now?
Yeah.
I don't think I could do another episode
can't.
now.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression we were doing 2.
I was hoping to, but I got to run.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
We had to take a pause. Francis took 2 of the gummies and he had to go throw up in the bathroom. He didn't believe me that it would make him puke.
All right, so the lease on my old apartment ends on Friday, tomorrow. This is the apartment that I lived in with my
I
ex-wife.
can't believe you had 2 apartments this entire time.
I mean, I didn't live there.
Would you ever stop by?
Yeah,
Poke around?
We just like sit on the floor,
Yeah.
like read a book.
but she moved out a couple months ago, so
Yeah.
it's just been sitting empty.
Could have told me. I would have hung out.
That would have
you?
been nice if you have lived in our neighborhood.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Would you have?
Yeah, make it a little office.
Mhm. Anyway, there was still stuff in it. Some of mine, some other things, furniture, stuff. And
That's the worst.
I had to go and get all of it out.
Yeah.
And to do so, I had to hire a junk removal team. Which, by the way, I mean, I hate to say it, but if you just have shit and you don't know what to do with it, you can't figure out how to get rid of it, you can pay
A
someone
Russian.
a couple $100
Oh, yeah.
to just take everything you own and get rid of it.
Yeah. Junk
It's
busters.
always Russians. Were they Russians?
No.
Fuck.
I
Isn't
have
it
heard
usually
that.
Russians.
I have heard that the junk industry is mainly Russians.
It's kind of a sickening realization. I mean, to me, it was like, because I had wanted us to try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, but we didn't get our act together in time.
What was it?
Furniture, a couch, a good couch,
RH.
a good couch.
How big?
Too big, way too big for your place.
You could have double deckered. You could have made a
That would have been
loft.
so sick.
Put it this way: if you can't fit a fucking mirror in your apartment, you can't fit this couch in your apartment.
You just put the couch on the back of a door or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's not a bad
Fits
idea.
anywhere.
I could probably fit it in that long hallway. Just have the hallway be all couch.
You climb over it to
Yeah.
get to the kitchen.
It would fit in there like a
Is it-
glove.
Builds a ramp up so you can
Yeah.
walk over it. Anyway, these guys come in and there's they come in and I go to supervise. This is 7:30 in the morning
This is today?
yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And immediately they start getting to work. They're awesome, getting rid of stuff. And then they take the couch
Yeah.
and they take it to the elevator and they come back and they tell me that thing's not going to fit in the elevator.
Oh, been here.
And I say, there's just no way it doesn't because it couldn't have come up any other way.
Couch doctor.
Buddy. So my wife had brought the couch in when I was not there.
Couch doctor.
And she didn't tell me that she had hired
The doctor.
the couch doctor.
Yeah. She didn't tell you that the doctor was in town?
This guy apparently is some sort of sadistic.
He's a magician.
He's like the Sid from
yeah. I've
Toy
met him.
Story of
Yeah.
furniture.
He's the Wizard of Oz.
He dissembles furniture in a way and then
Rebuilds it.
it, in your apartment. I didn't know any of this.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my world famous bits.
So, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard that bit.
It's classic.
I heard it out of Schumer's mouth, but I heard it.
Yeah. So I go to I'm like, there's no way. And I go to the fucking elevator to try to help them. And I'm like trying to shove this thing in. And we realize, okay, yeah, it's not going to fit. And then as I'm trying to help them lower it out, I slice my hand open.
Oh.
Ew.
And now my hand's bleeding everywhere. This is a shitty place to cut your hand because you can't, when you close it, it just reopens the wound. So now I'm bleeding and I'm really baffled about this couch.
Yeah.
Are you just furious?
It's a fucked up situation.
I'm kind of really unsure of what to do.
You don't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. And then the guy tells me, all right, so now we can, now we're going to have to saw it in half. But that's going to cost you an extra $100.
That's not bad.
I said, okay, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Couch doctor charges like $900.
Yeah.
So,
but you'll retain the value of the restoration hardware couch if you use the couch doctor. If you saw it in half, there's no resale on that.
Yeah.
That's probably why they're charging you the $100, because these Russians love to resell everything that you have.
Well, I wanted these guys to take the couch and resell it, and they said we have nowhere to put it.
They probably just resold the halves. It's like, this is
we
a
have 2
lazy
chairs.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, then they sawed a couch in half in front of me, which
Did they do it in the...
We brought it back into the apartment.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And it was the loudest thing I've ever heard. 7:30 in the morning, 7:45. And
I thought I heard something, honestly.
dude, there was like springs and metal in the middle of the couch.
Dude, they did this to me in the day I moved into my apartment, in the lobby of the building. They had to set up they had to put out like tarps and then put the couch on top of it. And there's like wood shavings everywhere.
Yeah.
The supers coming out. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They were like, oh,
fucked.
I'm definitely stealing this guy's mail.
It was fucked.
Mm-hmm. So they sawed it in half, and then they took everything out. And I guess that's my story. But it was a tough morning. And that was the day where then, as the day wore on, I got the ticket for the bike.
Brutal day.
Had a tough day.
You got to see some good comedy though.
I did. That was
Yeah,
cool.
but that was
Shane
the
and the
next
Tell
day.
back-to-back's
That was after
pretty good.
1 a.m.
True.
Still though, it's a good way to end the night.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't
day.
see that, you probably would have gone home and been like, damn, today fucking blew. At least you got to see that.
In history,
Yeah.
history will look back on that day as a nice day.
I wonder.
And you got some fat bits out of it.
Mhm.
Making some hay on the podcast.
Hate to break it to you though, that couch doctor bit's off limits. Already been done.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to step on Schumer's toes. Wouldn't want to tread on her.
Dude, that feeling of moving out when you I remember when I moved to my current apartment and we were living in West Village, and I moved out like 2 or 3 weeks before our lease ended, and I had to go back to our apartment to like get the rest of my shit. And you move and you're like, I pretty much got everything. Like, I just got to go back and grab a couple things. And then you forget that it's like, oh no, I need to like everything.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that coat hanger
That
has
coat
to
hanger
go.
can't be in there.
Like,
You always underestimate it.
Yeah.
The one place sent boxes when I moved out of my last place, and I was like, they're like, how many do you need? And you have no idea. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'll get 40 boxes. And they came and they're like, no, you need 160 boxes.
Jesus
Like, you need
Christ.
so many more boxes than the amount of these like pink stackable boxes than they had. It fucking sucked. So
Dude, I
bad.
hope that I can just stay in my apartment long enough that I get successful enough that I can just buy the unit so that I just never have to go through that process again.
Why don't you just get the junk removal?
That would be fucking amazing.
Why don't you just get the junk removal he's talking about?
I would. I mean, like, my couch, I'm definitely not bringing with me.
How much stuff did it wind up being?
It was a sort of a sleeper sofa that was beat to hell, so that was fine. A rug, a TV console, bookshelves. Then
TV console.
Mhm.
What is that? Oh, like the thing that holds the TV.
No,
Just a
the
TV.
thing that holds the cable box and all the wiring.
You didn't want to keep that?
I didn't have the option.
I would've kept it.
I'm sickened by the way that I handled this.
You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
You just got to move on.
At some point, there's
Yeah.
nothing. You get to a point in time where you say, "This is the way it has to
Yeah,
be."
yeah. You throw out shit that you should keep when you move,
Exactly.
especially in New York City.
I just didn't have. Also, I didn't have a choice. I had to be out by
Yeah.
Friday, and
Sometimes it's probably for the best that you're getting rid of that much stuff, because imagine if you lived in the suburbs or something and you had tons of space to just keep all the stuff, where if it wasn't squeezed by space, you would probably just be like, all right, I don't fucking need this.
I will say, I when I moved from that apartment to my new apartment where I live now, my new apartment is like a third of the size of my old one.
Yeah.
And it's I don't have any ability to let clutter build.
Yeah.
It's just too small. And it's smaller than your apartment. My apartment.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a slight.
Oh, I'm not taking it as a slight. Taking it as a win.
No, because it's much nicer.
It is
It's
much
not.
nicer. I have an oven.
Your apartment's not nicer than mine.
Okay. That's fine. But it does
I mean,
force
as
me-
someone who's been to both apartments,
You have been to my apartment since I redid it.
what did you redo?
You haven't been. I don't think you've even been since I added the carpet.
since the big renovation.
Yeah.
I dropped the Rogan kettlebell off. What are you talking about?
But that wasn't when it was at. That wasn't its finest.
That was a
hour.
month ago.
That wasn't its finest hour.
What are you talking about?
There's shit hanging. It's great. Great space.
Francis's apartment is like cutting edge modern.
Yeah, that sucks.
You like it because
Who
like
wants
Bob
to feel like
Dylan
who wants
like,
to feel like they're falling asleep in a fucking Apple store every night?
Bob Dylan walked down your street one time. You're like, I'll plant my flag here.
Bob Dylan might have lived in my actual apartment unit.
That's definitely why you fucking bought it.
Yeah, West Village.
I think
Beats.
every
Beat
one of his
mix.
apartments are very documented.
Yeah, they are.
So he definitely didn't live in your unit.
No.
By the way, did you see the clip of Zach Bryan, who he was at the bar, and there was
Was it
someone
with the Ray-Bans glasses on?
someone was filming him or something, and he got mad at that guy, and then that guy said something like, I'm just out trying to film me and my friends having a good time, living our young lives, being who we are, finding our souls.
yeah.
And Zach Bryan goes, "That's the gayest thing I've ever heard."
Yeah, I did see that.
And then, dude, I thought that was so funny. Because then I listened again to what the guy had said. I was like,
Yeah.
who talks that way?
That makes me want to listen back to what the guy said.
I think I sent it to you, too.
Because I think that, the original clip I said, I think just kind of jumped ahead to him saying that's the gayest thing I ever heard. They were planning a takedown on him for saying the word
but
gay.
you got to hear what the guy says first.
Yeah,
Something I would say.
Yeah, it's an insane thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to film me and my friends living our young lives so we can remember this down the road.
Yeah.
when you're
I'm
obviously trying to film a celebrity.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm trying to create memories of in real time of the moments that my friends and I will cherish for the rest of our lives and show our children.
Because didn't Zach Bryan say, like, do you work for Ray-Ban? Like, why are you wearing those? I don't know. Do you guys see the whole video?
I didn't see the whole video.
No, I
man.
didn't. I only saw that part.
Sad.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It was very funny.
Um,
What else? Dates?
I'm gonna be in Atlanta this weekend, or Alpharetta.
Oh, shit.
I got a lot of good recommendations on where to go fishing. I had to buy a suitcase so that I could bring my fishing stuff and my PlayStation. Well, I got a portable monitor. That's pretty sick.
That's sick.
It's super sick.
Are you getting a new headset?
No.
Should.
Why? I have 3 headsets.
The audio quality is shit, though.
On my headsets?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
hey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And I want you to give me an honest answer.
Yeah.
If, let's say, money were no object,
Yeah.
is there some unbelievable video game
Yeah, I'd get a PC.
thing that you wish you could get?
Yeah, PC.
Why a PC?
Because they're better than consoles in every single way.
And you'd play your video games on a computer?
I would play with a controller on a PC. That's how professional Call of Duty's played.
Oh.
Well, you'll get there, kid.
How much do those cost?
Anywhere from like $200,000 to $100,000.
Really?
Yeah.
2,000?
Like you could get like a good PC and a good setup for like a couple grand.
I feel like that's so attainable for you. For
Yeah,
the
what's
amount of time
holding-
you spend gaming.
What's holding you back
I
from
also don't
that?
want to build a PC.
You have to build it yourself?
A lot of times, if you want a good one,
Could you hire some guy who
you could hire someone to build it.
That'd be kind of cool.
The
But it's
PC
like I
doctor.
was talking to Joe from the stand the other night about it because he has a PC, and he said his is like $5,000, and he's still adding on to it.
I get it. Yeah.
Like it's kind of something that you just are constantly like buying new shit to make it better.
Upgrades.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it's right up your alley.
fan
As a
belts.
gearhead,
Yeah, but it's just too expensive. I'm not spending $5,000 on a PC,
you just said $2,000.
but I'm not. I don't want to get a shitty PC. I'd rather just wait until I can get a good one.
Yeah, this
When-
year maybe.
No. There's no reason for me to have one right now.
But here's the thing, ready? So I have a friend who talks, and I've talked about this before, the value of certain things, right?
Yeah.
Things that he can really justify spending money on. One, bed. He says there's almost no price too high for a bed when you break it down to how many hours you spend using that thing.
Third of your life.
It's insane, right? Two, TV. TVs are unbelievably underpriced, in his opinion.
Yeah, they are.
Because the fact that we watch so many hours of programming and entertainment on our televisions, and they're like a really great TV is like $1,200.
Yeah.
3, I think, was couch. Again, sit on it, use it all the time. For you, $5,000 for a PC, given the amount of hours you spend playing video games, to me, seems totally reasonable.
Yeah, but there's like other factors. Like it wouldn't make sense because all my friends play on console, which I could still play with them, but like
You'd have an unfair advantage.
I would have an unfair. Like it'd be like it's like playing a different game.
Because it's so much faster.
Like the frames per second, like pretty much like. So I play on a PlayStation 5, and I get like my latency is usually anywhere from like 10 milliseconds to like 60 milliseconds. If I'm at home, it's like if I'm at my apartment, it's usually hovers around like 20 to 30. Like professional setups, like PC setups, they hover at like 1 millisecond. And their frames per second is more than like the PlayStation. Like I think a PlayStation caps out at like 100 frames per second, and PCs are average at like 250.
I'm gonna be in New Brunswick, New Jersey on March 8th, and then I'm gonna be in Providence April 10th and 11th, and I am adding a ton of dates, coming to a lot of cities. It's gonna be Phoenix, San Diego, Dallas, Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston.
That's a lot of cities.
All over. So just stay tuned for that.
And watch these two guys play Madden tonight, Thursday night football. Watch it live on Road.com.
Yeah. My tickets are at punchup.live/Francis House. Thank you guys.
Oh wait, I still am curious about this.
No. You just
Yeah, high-end PCs peak or get like up to like 200 FPS, and PlayStations get like around 100. PlayStation caps at 120.
Okay.
PCs can go up to like 300. So it's like we're playing a different game.
If you're waiting for that information,
There are people that are waiting for that information.
I would highly recommend a few other podcasts.
I'm going to be in Atlanta this weekend, or whatever you want to call it, because a lot of people are mad that I say it's Atlanta, but it's called Atlanta Helium, so not really much I can do about that. HarrySettleWebsite.com for tickets.
So it's faster?
say you're mine. I just want to steal you, take some comfort from you. I'll pretend